Can't you smell the presence of evil?
Mr. Carlyle, you smell the presence of evil? Perhaps you're mistaking it for my perfume. If so, it's expensive evil, $50 an ounce. Now state your business.
I demand that you give up Renee.
Give her up? I see no handcuffs. I see no chains.
I've heard the tales of young girls who passed through these portals. Young starlets who are never heard from again. Where are those starlets?
If you must know, I give them private coaching. I audition them and give them an honest appraisal of their talent. Can I help it if they all go back to Wichita?
Tonight she's going to teach me how to play a passionate love scene.
I can't bear this torment. Do you know what she is?
A very nice lady.
Well, this very nice lady drinks the blood of young virgins. Yes, I know the truth about you, La Condesa. I know you had to flee Europe because of rumors surrounding your evil ways. And here you are corrupting every virgin in Hollywood.
Slim pickings, I must say. If I were interested in virgins, why the hell would I come to Hollywood? My friend, you have seen entirely too many motion pictures.
I am not your friend. I spit on your friendship.
Spit on my friendship, but not on my floor.
I will if that's what will save my Renee.
Clam up one more time, mister, and there's gonna be hell to pay. Etienne, clean up this mess. You!
Madame, Miss Otzi Carew of the Hearst newspapers will be here momentarily. Don't you think you should be composing yourself?
Yes, I must compose myself before the newsy bitch arrives. Mr. Carlyle, the door's that way.
I'm not leaving. I shall be here when Otzi Carew arrives and provide her with some juicy gossip for her column.
You wouldn't.
Madame, shall I call the police?
No, let him stay. And let him repeat this slander. It shall only add fuel to my legend. That must be Miss Carew now. Show her in, Etienne.
King, can't you see that you are not wanted here?
Madame, Madame Astarte.
Astarte, what's she doing here? Tell her to go away. Tell her I'm not receiving.
Marvelous, La Condesa. Well, I traveled all the way from New York just to see you.
You must not flatter me. All Hollywood knows of your $1 million contract.
$1.5 million. The .5, darlings, is what keeps me in mascara.
Madame Astarte, darling, I would love to offer you tea, but unfortunately, I'm expecting Otzi Carew any moment for an in-depth profile.
Oh, I must stay for that. Well, I do so want to get to know you better. Well, besides, this will dispel all those awful rumors that we're rivals. How absurd. You and I rivals. Oh, why, we couldn't possibly play the same roles. Perhaps mother and daughter.
Dear, you look entirely too young to play my mother.
Oh, aren't you kind, Contessa?
Condesa. Madeline, if I may be so familiar. Have they chosen your first vehicle?
Yes, I'm to do the life of Madame Dubarry.
This is an outrage. I am to play Dubarry. My costumes are all made.
Yes, we had to take a little off the waist. Lay off the pate, Contessa.
Condesa!
After the Dubarry picture, I shall do the life of Mary Magdalene.
You little bitch! That was supposed to be my follow-up picture.
Dear heart, I do hope you won't mind, but the studio felt they needed a real actress for the role.
This is sheer treachery, and you won't get away with this.
Madame Astarte, she has the devil on her side.
I'll fix you. I'll fix you by all the powers that be.
What will you do?
I'm calling my agent!
Oh, dear.
Madam, I fear for your life. You may think me mad, but I have reason to believe that La Condesa is one of the undead.
Oh, no, darling, she just looks like death. But you, my dear, why, you look much livelier. I don't believe we've met.
Well, my name's Renee
play fame. I'm one of the new studio players.
Well, how perfectly divine. You have such a lovely face. Profile? Ah, yes.
We're engaged to be married.
Oh, pish posh! An actress should be married to her art. Men? Ugh. Bessie shall be your lover.
That's what La Condesa says.
Does she? I suppose you and La Condesa are quite intimate.
Oh, but I love her so much.
Yes, an older woman can be a comfort to a young girl. I can tell you are a superb actress and we must play together. I know the perfect vehicle. I just optioned a new book on an old subject with a story of Sappho. I play Sappho, a noble Greek woman, passionate, vibrant, a sexual revolutionary, and you, my fair one, you shall play her lesbian lover, Rusty.
Rusty?
I can see the scene. The cameraman lining up the shot. The director calls action. The off-screen violinist commences to play. Sappho see Rusty coming out of the Parthenon, the wind tossing her hair from her face. Sappho slips her arm around Rusty's waist and silently... Silently! They walk down a dark winding street. Well, it's the street where Sappho lives with her grandmother, Rachel. The street is empty, well, everyone being at the Olympic Games. They look into each other's eyes. Rusty finds herself yielding to the older woman's incandescent beauty. Camera's panning for a tight shot. They kiss. Kill the lights, call it a wrap.
You're a vampire!
I don't suppose you have a handkerchief?
She-devil, fiend, you killed my Renee!
Nah, she'll come too. But let's say I've taken the bloom off the peach.
I'll expose you. I'll expose you as the monster you are.
I wouldn't talk about exposing anyone if I were you.
What are you talking about?
I happen to know King Carla is not your real name.
So, many stars change their names.
I happen to know your real name is Trixie Monahan. And before you came to Hollywood, you worked at what is politely called a model escort with a strictly male clientele. Trixie Monahan, I'll expose you as a homosexual.
It's true! It's true! I have.
You may one day marry and even have children, but you'll always be a homosexual. Always.
Then there's nothing left for me to do than to kill myself.
There are other alternatives.
Such as?
Well, you can be my personal slave.
What would you expect of me?
Well, lots of things. You escort me to premieres, wash my car, rinse out my dirty panties. Oh, but don't you dare let me catch you wearing them. I get plenty mad.
What is this? What have you done to her? Now you've really gone too far. You think yourself quite the cunning little vixen. You have delusions that you can conquer me. While I have always found you vulgar, I have never taken you for a fool. Until now. Hollywood is my town. For centuries, you've been an albatross around my neck. First in Rome, I had for my mistress the most beautiful of Caligula's courtesans. She was mine until you stole her away to China. Then, in the Dark Ages, there was the nun who was my personal slave. Stolen once again. We all know what treachery she conspired against me during the Spanish Inquisition. But I triumphed. And did I plot revenge? No. Then, in the 16th century, I had for my bride the most desired of Queen Elizabeth's ladies-in-waiting. You, the ever-present vulture, stole her away to the colonies. did I choose revenge? No. And why? Because I am a great lady. I conduct myself with dignity and grandeur, whilst you roll on stage, parading your twat on stage and calling it acting. You have about as much glamour as a common street whore. And now, madam, you have gone too far. I am the queen of the vampires, and I shall never, never relinquish my hold on Hollywood.
Are you through? As you desire to relive the past, shall we travel even further back in time? Many centuries ago, back in the days of the Bible, there was a young girl, a mere child of 14, a lovely girl, full of high spirits. One lottery was held to choose a sacrificial victim for the dreaded succubus. As fate would have it, she chose the black stone of death. She was dragged by soldiers to the cave of the creature, and there left to her desecration. Well, the monster emerged, and there, under a godless sky, the creature dug her teeth into the girl's fair flesh. Having gorged itself, the monster retired to its cave, leaving the girl's body to be pecked and devoured as carrion, but the girl did not die. The monster in its fury did not even notice that all the while it was sucking the girl's blood, the child herself lodged her teeth into a vein of the monster. Oh, in terror she drank. More and more she filled herself with the creature's fluid, and there on that bleached rocky point, left to rot like a piece of old meat, the girl did not die, but was transformed into one of the undead. Never to find eternal rest, but to stalk the earth forever in search of a victim. Forever alone, forever damned. Look at me. I am that girl, and I demand the death of the succubus.
Miss Otzi Carew of the Hearst newspapers.
Darling, I'm Marilyn Astarte too. What a marvelous surprise. Who'd have thought you two gals would be chums? And they say Hollywood is the heart of this town. Martha, I adore the dress. It does wonders for your figure, so concealing. And Madeline, I know that just must be a Paris creation. Oh, I must have a description of it for my column.
Otzi, darling, can I get you some tea?
Oh, no, never touch the stuff. Okay, girls, straighten the hip. How did this nasty little feud rumor begin,
Oh, what feud? I adore Madeline. I've adored her for what seems like centuries.
Why, what's this? King Carlisle, Renee Main, two stars of tomorrow.
Oh, do you know this wonderful lady spends her free time coaching young actors? Well, they were just performing a scene for us and are totally exhausted. Such is the dramatic art.
Yes, she knows. It's not all glamour.
So true, so true. Well, particularly when you act, Magda. Such shattering realism. Why, you're more than realistic. You're nearly grotesque.
Thank you, dear.
Madeline, I want to give you a real Hollywood welcome. I just insist you come to my house for dinner. I'm a demon in the kitchen. Oh, and you come to Magda. What shall I make? A goulash, yes, a nice thick goulash. A native dish of Transylvania. Have you ever been to Transylvania?
No, I don't believe I've ever been to Transylvania. I'm sure Madeline has been there on one of her theatrical tours.
No, I've never played Transylvania. Well, Altoona, yes, a Transylvania, no.
Oh, I adore a good goulash. Spiced with plenty of garlic. I hope you don't have an aversion to garlic.
No, the hotter the better. Remember, I was once married to a Spanish nobleman, the Count Scrupula de Hoya. We lived in Barcelona, a city renowned for its spicy cuisine.
Oh, Spain! The bullfights, the flamenco dancers.
And the magnificent cathedrals. This, Condesa, is a Florentine cross, blessed by the brothers of Santa Giovanna.
Oh, Renee, my precious.
Oh, King, I must have been dreaming. I dreamt I was being devoured by a horrid black bat. Ah! It was you!
But you don't know me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gregory Salazar, vampire hunter. God, in all his mercy, has cast me in the role of avenging angel to rid the world of your filth.
You silly little man. You have no power over us. You shall all be dust while we are forever young.
This very moment, the Los Angeles police are surrounding the mansion. The fire department is spraying the walls with holy water. Daughters of Lucifer, your reign of death is over. We shall hold you both in this room until the sun rises. The sun which will transform you both into ancient hags, and then decaying skeletons, and then dust. From there I will sweep the dust into the gutter with the rest of the spirit. And from there your remains will float down the pipes into the public sewer, where no one will know the difference between your ashes and the rest of the waste products of the greater Los Angeles area!
Laquadata! Carry the power to evoke the cry of the banshee.
I know the ritual, but I've never achieved it.
You do not frighten us with your primitive black magic.
Flee from Hades, spirits rare. We free you from your devil's lair.
Paint our victims like deep blood red. Banshees, phantom